Raised in Palo Alto at the age of 3, so I went to all Palo Alto schools. I graduated from Coverly High School, which is no longer. I was the last graduating class in 1979. And I actually graduated a year early, so I wouldn't have to go to Palo Alto or again. I said, no way am I going to my rival school. Anyway, so that's me. I was a big tennis player in high school and college. I had a full ride tennis scholarship to BYU in Hawaii, and what a place to go play tennis. Ended up dropping out, playing on the surf, and just having fun. I got to play once with Arthur Ashe. I was a ball girl for the Fireman's Fund and tennis tournament and the Virginia Slims. And one time Arthur Ashe came out on the court and he says, "So, you know how to play?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, here's a racket," and his grip was like this. And he said, "Well, why don't you warm me up?" So it was really cool. I got to hit like about 6 balls with Arthur Ashe, so that was fun. So anyway, life goes on. I got married, had 3 children, and when I first got married, I said, well, I got to find a job. So I took a typing test at a State Farm agent's office, and his only requirement was that I could type without any mistakes, and he didn't care if I typed 1 word a minute or 40. It didn't matter. No mistakes, because back then, when we did evidences of insurance for title companies or for mortgage companies, it had to be error-free, and they were on carbon, so you couldn't do any whiteout or anything like that. So I'm kind of dating myself, and we had microfiche and all that. But anyway, I passed the typing test, and thus my career in insurance started. I worked at State Farm for about 19 years, and then after that I kind of decided, well, I want to do something else, and met Chris Grammer at Insurance by Allied Brokers and became his office manager and salesperson. And now I lead a team of 13 over at Allied and been selling insurance ever since. And I love it. I love taking care of people and looking at whatever your needs are. I like the relationship building. It's all about the client, in my view. And so that's where I feel that I've been most successful, is that it's not about how much revenue I'm going to bring in. That comes in ultimately by taking care of people. And so I've found that if you put $1 on something, then it always comes back to bite you. You know, if you think, oh, I'm going to get this big, huge thing, well, it doesn't work. So just take care of the client and the dollars come. So that's kind of where I've led myself. So what I want to talk about with insurance was that on your home policies, please take them out and review them. All of your home policies have limitations for jewelry, furs, fine arts. Okay, and the limitations are specifically geared towards theft or mysterious disappearance. So I'm fortunate enough to have my mother's rocks on my hand. Well, if one of these rocks happens to fall off and I don't have proper coverage on my policy, I'm out of luck, and Mom's not going to be too happy. So you need to take and look at your policies. Most limitations on jewelry is $1,500 per item. So if you got married and you happen to have a $5,000, $10,000 ring, you must schedule it. Make sure you protect yourself there. The other thing that you want to know is that on all homeowners policies, earthquake is excluded, and so is flood. So in Japan and all the issues that we're having with earthquake and flood, the earthquake policies, you need to have something separately. Earthquake runs about the same as your home policy. So if you're paying $1,200 a year for your home, you're going to pay about $1,200. That's kind of rule of thumb that you're going to pay. There's 3 types of earthquake policies. There's the California Earthquake Authority, there's GeoVera, and there's Arrowhead. California Earthquake Authority is funded by our lovely state. Well, so, I guess enough said, right? So I wouldn't really want to depend too much on that, but that is something there for you. It is a requirement of every home policy to offer you earthquake insurance every 2 years. Regardless, they have to offer it. So therefore, when we write a policy, we have to make sure that it's eligible for earthquake insurance. So a lot of carriers will say, oh no, that risk isn't eligible in that area, because they have limitations, and they don't want to have to offer earthquake insurance, knowing that that could be catastrophic. So the other type of policy is, the CEA only covers building. There's no additional living expenses, very minimal, maybe $1,500. Your personal property, $5,000. That's it. So if you want something better, you go with something called GeoVera, and GeoVera is a lump sum of coverage, which covers your home, and it will cover additional living expenses. It'll cover personal property, and it also has a 15% deductible like the CEA. And the other type of policy is called Arrowhead, and Arrowhead has a specific limits on each item, on the home, on the personal property, on additional living expenses. So, and that also has availability of 10% deductible. So obviously you get a lower deductible, you're going to pay a higher premium. So those are just some things I wanted to point out with you about what I do for clients, how I review each and everything with them, make them feel comfortable. And if they're not comfortable with me or with the products that I have, then that's okay. They can go somewhere else. And I have turned people away. You know, not everybody is fit for me, and I'm not fit for everybody. One thing that I do is every client that comes in gets a little present. And so today I'm giving every one of you a little present. This is a Allied Brokers mug that has our name on it and our phone number, and it has a little clip here, and it's a really nice thermos mug, and it keeps your coffee or your tea warm. So everybody gets a little mug today.
It's Edward Jones color, so it'll be perfect in my office.
Well, there you go.
Sticker right over
How dare you? Anyway, so thank you, and if any of your clients or anybody or any of you would like a free review on your policies, I'd be more than happy to look at your policies for you and show you if you have any gaps or help you out with anything. So Connie Prince, Insurance by Allied Brokers. Thank you.